Okay, so we're here finishing up our dirty rice form rabbit themed container. I added the leg from the last video. I have one more to add. I hollowed this out so you can see I hollowed it out. I even came in through here. I've already marked it where it's going to go on the body. I'm going to come here and I'm going to score. Again, use water. Have your paintbrush handy for application of water. And again, I score vigorously. This is a little firm. Add water, then score. Yeah. I got a little bit of extra material I'm going to take off right there. And I'm going to score right here. My rabbit is firming up really well. So let me score this area. Again, add water if it's dry. Scuff up the surface. If necessary, add more water. Whoops, and score again. We start to build up that paste in those grooves. Okay, and then now we're going to lock this in. So I already positioned where I wanted it, and I'm just going to twist it. You can see what I'm going to do to get it to bond. I'm going to move it up and down and back and forth till it locks in, and then take the time to blend. And I'm going to put a small coil around this perimeter edge. Is one technique. And we can also use the cup-shaped tool to come in here and just go past where I've actually connected the arm to the body. And then we can come back. That's with the cup shape facing the arm. Then I come back this way with the cup shape laying flat. And I compress. So essentially, what you think is the arm is actually the arm and the body together. And then I like to come in here and just start to smooth. I'm going to do more, but just burnish a little bit. And then I can blend. And I got some boogers to clean up, little balls of clay that got stuck. So I do have a little bit of cleanup. There's my leg. And whenever you have an attachment, that part on the inside, whether it is a handle or a spout or something like this, it's always a good place to put a coil. That area where you don't normally get into, reinforce it. Take the time to do that. And again, work it really good. Take the time to do it, and then the piece won't crack and fall off. Okay. Again, we're going to be attaching. I didn't make little toes for this one here. I'm going to do a couple of little toes. I really like this cup shape. It's usually at the end of all of your wood knives. And that gets a little bit of detail. And again, I have a little bit of cleanup to do and softening. But now I'm going to add the ears, and I already plotted where I'm going to make them. So I give them a little bit of bend, and I've cleaned them up a little bit. I've plotted it out. And so here is both of the ears going to be attached. So now I'm going to do that. So I'm going to turn it around so you can see. And make sure you get a good view. I'm going to get out of your way here so you can see. So again, I'm just going to follow the contour and score in a linear fashion. Again, this is pretty firm. Okay, I'm going to add some water. Score again. Okay, same here. And just instead of brushing, I could just dip. I'm going to have some bit of coil around this entire ear. So let me sit down and do this. sure it's the way I want it to be. So once I get it done, I'm going to shape it and just put a coil around. Okay. So I'm going to do the inside and around the back. And again, smoothing the coils, you can use a brush. It's kind of like a miniature finger, but holds water. So, and then I will do the same thing as I did to the arm. Okay. Again, you can just use this to push the coil in and then go ahead and blend. Okay, I'm going to do the other ear, same way. There's my scribe mark. Again, score following the contour. And there's the ear, and it's firm. I blow dried it, so it's holding its shape fine. Again, building up the paste in the clay. And then we'll lock this ear on. For a rabbit, ears are kind of like a tail to a dog, the way they hear them with them, but the way they move them around, you can kind of know their disposition if you have a pet rabbit. So I'm going to add another coil. Again, put it around the perimeter edge. Lastly, the brush, and we're going to blend. And the last thing I have some cleanup and detail to do on the rabbit, but now my form is done, and I can think about what kind of fur texture I'm going to add for this sculpture themed container. And I got a little bit of cleaning to do, but essentially the last thing I have to give this rabbit is a tail. I'm going to do that now. I'm going to take a ball of clay, I'm going to hollow it out, do a mini pinch pot. Alright, and I'm not going to use all this material, I'm going to scrunch it back up. It's hollow. And again, just burnish it. Like I said, I'm going to figure out what kind of texture I'm going to put. And again, all of these extremities where I've had air hollow points, for the lighten up the mass of the sculpture. They're hollow. I'm going to have air holes so they don't blow up. So I'm just going to cut this. And I got a little bit more clay than I want. Again, take off as much weight as you can. And their tail is slightly pointed. Okay, so about like that. And again, scribe and score. So I'll do that later. You already know how to do that now. So here's our themed container. I lift it up. It has a flange. So this is a cookie jar, okay, with the dirty rice technique that I've demonstrated. And this is the end of the piece. So that's it for this demonstration.